8 months ago, I was sitting at my dining table in Denver. In front of me were stacks of wedding invitations. I carefully tied soft velvet ribbons around each one. The cards were thick, the writing elegant, the kind that quietly shows luxury. My husband, Adrien Cole, stood in the doorway watching me. "Shouldn't you call them?" he asked in a careful voice. "They won't miss it," I replied. But they did. On the day of our wedding, 2 chairs in the front row stayed empty. I had even painted their names on small wooden boards and decorated them with daisies. My mother once told me she liked daisies. That was 6 years ago. I remember every small detail they forgot. Suddenly, Lydia tilts her head and looks at me. "Aren't you going to say thank you?" she asks. For a second, something inside me breaks, but not in the way she thinks. Slowly, I close the box and slide it under my arm. "Thank you, Lydia," I say calmly. Her smile weakens a little, because tonight, for the very first time in my life, I'm not here to be the one who stays silent, the quiet one, the daughter who always disappoints them. But tonight, I came here for one reason, to finish something. They're all sitting here smiling, completely unaware. Dinner starts under a bright chandelier. The light spreads across shiny silver cutlery and perfectly arranged white tablecloths. Everything looks elegant, perfect. Then my mother gently taps her glass. "I'd like to say a few words," Evelyn says with a warm smile. Everyone looks toward her. "This is for my youngest daughter." Lydia quickly sits up straight. The diamond on her engagement ring catches the light and sparkles across the table. "She will be getting married this spring," my mother says proudly. 300 guests, the Grand Regent Ballroom, a wedding done the right way. My father nods, with clear approval. Across from me, Lydia looks radiant, like she has been preparing for this exact moment her entire life. Lydia has always known how to protect the family's image. "My Lydia understands what matters," my mother continues. "Grace, class, standards." That last word lands hard. Standards. It feels like it was meant for me. Slowly, her eyes move in my direction. Then she smiles again. "But what about you, Mara?" she asks in a casual tone. "You're almost 30. She tilts her head slightly. "Surely you're not planning to spend the rest of your life alone, with nothing but your houseplants." Silence falls over the table. No one speaks. Lydia slowly leans forward, acting like she cares. "So, when will it finally be your turn?" she asks. I place my fork down gently and look straight at them. "I'm not single," I say in a calm voice. My mother blinks in confusion. "Excuse me?" "I've been married for 8 months. The reaction is instant. "That's ridiculous," Evelyn snaps sharply. "You expect us to believe that?" Lydia quickly jumps in. "Are you seriously trying to ruin my engagement dinner?" My father's voice turns cold and firm. "If you really sent invitations like you're claiming, then why didn't you call when we didn't respond?" At that moment, the truth hits me again. They are not confused. They know exactly what they are doing. They are pretending, right here, in front of everyone. They are trying to make me look crazy. Quietly, under the table, I slide my phone out of my clutch. No one notices. I type only one word to Adrien, "Now." The message turns red almost immediately, and then something unexpected happens. Across the room, the huge television mounted above the fireplace suddenly flickers. For a split second, the entire room goes silent again. Something is about to be revealed, and no one at this table is ready for it. My mother's face tightens. "What is that?" she asks. I slowly push my chair back and stand up. The room goes quiet. "There's something all of you need to see," I say calmly. My father's voice becomes sharp. "Mara, sit down." I gently shake my head. "You always believe Lydia without even asking questions," I reply in a steady voice. "But this time you forgot one very important thing." I turn my eyes toward the television as the screen suddenly changes to a computer desktop. "My husband works as a cybersecurity engineer," I say. The entire room falls into deep silence. The television becomes brighter. A document appears on the screen. It is a delivery receipt. The signature is clear. The date is clear. Name: Lydia Whitmore. Date: February 12th. Time: 10:15. Lydia's face suddenly loses color. So what? She says quickly. I signed for a package. That doesn't prove anything. It proves one thing, I say before anyone else can speak. You did receive my wedding invitations. The interruption happens suddenly. Another file opens on the screen. This time, it shows my mother's email settings. At the very top, there is a filter. The label reads, Wedding Block. The rule is simple but shocking. If the subject contains wedding and Mara, delete. Permanently. My heart skips. The creation date appears under the rule. 2 days after the invitations arrived. I slowly look around the room, letting everyone absorb what they are seeing. Then I speak. This filter was added from Lydia's phone. For a moment, nobody moves. My mother's face suddenly turns pale. The color drains from her cheeks. Across the table, Lydia pushes back her chair so fast it scrapes loudly against the floor. She stands up. I was protecting you, she shouts, her voice shaking. She had a small wedding. It was embarrassing. It was rushed. I didn't want this family to be humiliated. For a second, it almost sounds believable. Almost. But then Adrien quietly says, There's one more thing. She presses play on the final clip. The screen switches to front door camera footage. The video shows the FedEx driver walking up to the house. In his hands is a blue package. He rings the bell. Lydia opens the door. The driver hands her the package. She looks down and reads the name on the label. My name. Her face immediately changes. The softness disappears. Her expression turns cold and hard, without even opening the box, without asking a single question. She walks straight to the recycling bin and throws the unopened package inside. Just like that. No hesitation. No concern. Only pure contempt. The video ends, the screen goes black, and the silence in the room becomes deadly. Lydia's fiancé, Graham Mercer, slowly stands up from his chair. The room goes quiet. Everyone can feel that something serious is about to happen. He looks straight at Lydia and says in a firm voice, First, you gave her a book about dying alone, and you did it while fully knowing she was already married. The tension in the room grows heavier. Without another word, Graham gently pulls the ring off his finger. For a moment, he just holds it, then places it on the table in front of Lydia. We're done, he says coldly. The silence becomes even deeper. Then Graham's father stands up as well. His voice is calm but decisive. On the spot, he announces that the major business deal his company had with Lydia's family is officially canceled. Just like that, everything collapses. Lydia slowly turns toward me. Her face is pale, her hands trembling with anger. You ruined everything, she says through clenched teeth. I calmly pick up the cruel gift box she had given earlier. I place it on the table right next to the ring that Graham just left behind. Keep it, I say quietly. You need it more than I do. No one stops me as I turn and walk out. Outside, the winter air feels cold but fresh. It's almost like the world suddenly became clear again. My car is already waiting at the curb. As I get inside, I start a video call. Adrien answers almost immediately. His face appears on the screen, calm, warm, and steady. Is it over? He asks. This time, I truly smile. Yes, I reply softly. Then I look ahead and say the only thing that matters now. Take me home.